Fandoms. A fandom is basically a bunch of fans of something that create a community, usually online. They all share a common interest and often do things like draw fan art, write fan fiction, and other things. Or, according to Urban Dictionary, it's a cult that will destroy your life. I can tell you from personal experience that the second definition is way more accurate. Now, I personally love fandoms. It's a place where you can interact with people and make friends with others who share a common interest. It's fun, especially when you're incredibly invested in the characters. And let me tell you, some people, like yours truly, are incredibly invested in the characters. Just take one look at my Instagram. It's basically all Hamilton. So, lovely viewer of mine, you may be asking, Kat, are you a part of any fandoms? Like I said before, I'm completely obsessed with Hamilton to the point where it's unhealthy. But this isn't my first dance with the fandom menace. You get it? 'Cause I'm not funny. When I was 12, I got my first iPad. They were required for the school I was going to at the time, so my parents had to buy me one. This also happened to be at the same time where I was obsessed with warrior cats. And if you know anything about warrior cats, it perfectly fits the "a cult that will destroy your life" definition. Back in 2012-ish, warrior cats AMVs were incredibly popular, and let me just tell you, I was obsessed with a plethora of dramatic animated kitties free from my viewing pleasure. It was like my fantasies of the books came to life, and I loved it. I never made any, and I wasn't a big contributor to the fandom itself, but I made personal fan art of it all the time, oh god, what was wrong with me? It took me a while to get out of that fandom because 12-year-old me was practically in love with Scourge, who was basically the Shadow the Hedgehog of the series. Speaking of Shadow the Hedgehog, please don't mention the Sonic fandom. Please. But I did manage to get out of it, and for a while I wasn't a hardcore member of any of the fandoms. Until December of 2016. So one of my friends played 10 seconds of the song and then turned it off. But my little heart did a flip-flop when I heard those mesmerizing 10 seconds. Whoa, wait. What song is that? It's Hamilton. It's a Broadway play. Go download the album. I became skeptical because I'm not really one who enjoys musicals, but if it was anything like those glorious 10 seconds, I'd give it a shot. Get it? Shot? I actually left it alone for like 3 months, and then one day during chemistry in December, I was going through my music, and I saw Hamilton sitting there, untouched. I thought to myself, why not? And clicked play. And thus began my terrible and unending obsession and attachment to all the Founding Fathers. But enough about the hottest Founding Father, let's get back on subject. Fandoms have this reputation online for being, well, but I personally think it's an unfair statement. People tend to characterize fandoms by the minority instead of the majority. For example, the Undertale fandom, I'm not personally a part of it, gets a bad rap for people shipping themselves with Sans, which go ahead if you want to, I really don't care. But everyone forgets about the amazing works of art and stories in the fandom people create. People let the weird minority of a fandom represent the entire thing, and totally forget about the insane talent the majority possesses. Like, how can you not love it? And don't get me started on those people who say fandoms ruin the source material because the source material literally has no control on how many times it will pop up in Rule 34. Don't act like it does. Judge it by itself, not by a bunch of fans' interpretations. Overall, I really do love fandoms. They give you a sense of community, and it's so fun to be able to mutually obsess over the same thing with somebody else. No matter what fandom you're a part of, have fun, and don't let people ruin it for you. You love it for a reason, and that reason makes you happy. Cherish that.